This lesson is about the parts of a virtual desktop session users notice immediately when they're wrong: real-time calls, video, printing, and USB devices. We'll cover how Teams media optimization actually works on Azure Virtual Desktop in 2026, the difference between SlimCore and the older WebRTC Redirector Service, general multimedia and device redirection, cloud printing with universal print, and how to build a test checklist before you ship a new image. Most apps don't care they're remote, but a live call is different. Without optimization, the session host decodes and renders the call, then has to re-encode that output into the remote protocol and stream it down, double the work, with latency a live call can't absorb. Media optimization exists specifically to move the actual call handling down to the local client device instead. There are two components in play. Classic Teams only ever uses the WebRTC Redirector Service, and Classic Teams itself is on a retirement clock, with end of support in October 2026. New Teams can use either SlimCore, the newer purpose-built engine, or the WebRTC Redirector Service, and Microsoft actually recommends installing both for new Teams, so users automatically fall back to WebRTC if they roam to a device that doesn't support SlimCore yet. 3 things have to line up. The session host needs the is.wvd environment registry value set so Teams knows it's in a virtual desktop. The WebRTC Redirector Service needs to be installed as the fallback path. And your client versions and Visual C++ redistributable need to be current, including your FSLogix build if you're using new Teams, since older FSLogix versions aren't compatible. You verify optimization loaded from inside a live session. Teams Settings, About Teams, shows a banner. If it reads AVD SlimCore Media Optimized or AVD Media Optimized, you're good. If it reads AVD Media Not Connected, quit and relaunch the Teams app in session first. That resolves most first-time failures before you need to escalate further. Teams optimization is a special case built for Teams specifically. For general multimedia and camera or microphone use outside of Teams, you configure RDP properties directly, settings that control audio capture, audio playback location, and camera redirection. When Teams optimization is working, you don't need these settings just for Teams calls, but other applications that need a microphone or camera still rely on them. Printing is the peripheral scenario every rollout underestimates. The old pattern of baking every printer driver into the image doesn't scale and causes spooler crashes on shared hosts. Universal Print replaces that with a cloud print service, no per-device drivers, access controlled through Entra security groups. It doesn't replace RDP printer redirection though. That's still the right tool when users need to print to something physically attached to their own machine. Scanners and specialty USB devices typically rely on client device redirection or remote FX USB redirection, both of which carry real bandwidth and latency costs and don't behave uniformly across every client platform, mobile clients especially. This is a test with the real hardware item, not something you can confirm from a spec sheet. Before shipping a new image to production, run a real checklist. A live Teams call with the optimization banner check. Local devices actually enumerating inside Teams instead of showing remote audio. Screen sharing tested both ways. Printing and scanning from real client hardware. And critically, test this on every client platform your users actually use. Windows app on Windows doesn't behave identically to Windows app on macOS, and optimization rollout hasn't been uniform across platforms. The most important habit from this lesson: a call that connects is not proof optimization is working. An unoptimized call degrades quietly, worse quality, more host load, without throwing an obvious error, so you have to actively check the banner every time you validate a new image, not just confirm the meeting joined. Next lesson we move to managing the environment around these applications: policy, start menu, and language settings.